Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Skillless Podcast. My name is Josh Carrillo, and joining me as always is my wonderful co-host, Seph Luna. Seph, how are you doing this week?
Doing not too bad, man. Just busy.
Yeah, you and I both. I'm currently preparing to pack and stay at my girlfriend's place for the next 2 weeks while she's on her way to Hawaii, so I'm just trying to get all this stuff in order.
And hopefully at least get all the essentials and everything at least.
Well, I think you and I have two very different definitions of essentials.
A little bit, if anything.
My essentials are like, do I have my Xbox and my laptop to function for 2 weeks? The answer is yes. As far as like clothes and everything goes, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's part of the essentials part, if anything, at least for the modern times, if anything. Don't forget the chargers, too.
Oh, good call. I almost didn't bring those shit.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm going to bring my Switch. I was like, as long as I bring my controller, my headset, a charging cable for both of those, I think I'll be perfectly fine, because I'm going to be doing nothing but what I've been doing, and that is playing Diablo IV. So good.
I was going to say, like, I've been seeing you and Draper been on Diablo for nothing but the past couple days, ever since it got released on Thursday.
So, about that. It came out Thursday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah.
And today, we're recording this on Sunday. I think Draper and I have logged a total of 24 hours in the span of 3 days on that game.
God damn, already a full day already?
And actually, Draper's more of a madman than I am, because I think he's pushing like 30. And the only reason I say that is because he was playing a druid at first.
Yeah.
And he went back to level his necromancer, which is what he's doing right now. As we speak, he's getting to the act where we're at now, which is we're at level fucking 45. So he's leveled 2 characters to 45. And has probably logged 30 hours. Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely on Xbox right now playing that shit. God damn.
Exactly that. So he's more of a madman than I am, because he's like, no, I'm not liking my druid. I'm going to fully invest in necromancer, and he hasn't looked back. Which is crazy because it's not even like full release day. Release day is tomorrow, I believe, at 5.
Oh, because it's early access for all the premium people, right?
Correct. But they've already done patch notes, and they've already nerfed Druid, which was a good thing he already left.
Yeah.
And they also nerfed some of the sorcerer stuff. So now I have to redo my entire build, which costs gold, which is a pain in the ass to reset all of my skill points. And I fucked up resetting my skill points twice, so now I have no money and barely any skills. So now I'm double fucked. And I haven't told Draper that part yet. So I need to go farm like dungeons and other like world bosses and events just to get my shit back so I can actually fix my skill points.
Oh my god, that's actually pretty devastating at that point, if anything.
Now, I'll tell you, the game's phenomenal.
That's what I've been hearing. Like, it's been pretty, especially from you guys, it sounds like it's a really good game.
Graphically, astonishing. Gameplay, it is so good. There's so much versatility. There's just... I mean, obviously, I have ADHD, so it's very hard for me to focus on, like, playing games for longer periods of time. Yeah, like, even more so than an hour. Like, if I'm by myself playing Destiny, I can only play for an hour, and then I want to fucking blow my brains out. Same with, like, RuneScape or stuff like that. But with Diablo, because there's so much, like, little things to do, the map is huge, I have just been immersed in this universe again, and it's an itch I didn't know I needed to scratch, but whew.
Yeah, there's like certain games that like you kind of get that like you didn't think that you would need the itch for it until you actually start playing it, and it felt so good when you finally get that itch and everything going.
I mean, for context, Seph, like when Pokemon came out, I for those of you who don't know, I'm a fucking avid Pokemon player. I've played every single game 10 times over.
Not to mention also Pokemon collector too for cards and
full
everything.
Pokedex done, like you name it, I've got it.
Yeah, because one of the nickname you had was like a professor and everything too as well.
I still stand by that. However, I've logged more hours now in Diablo than I did for the launch of Pokemon Violet.
God damn, really?
And that's not to say like Violet was a bad game, because I like a lot of people shit on it, but I fucking loved that game. I've already logged more time this weekend for this game than I did for Scarlet or Violet when it came out.
Wow, all right. That's pretty crazy.
That's all we've been doing. That's all I will be doing, because I have nothing to do for the next 2 weeks while watching her house.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be
I kind of also like I want to pull up too the fact that like when on that first day too that you were talking about, because I was like sleeping and everything too, and I was like, all right, I'll not bother you guys on that day too as well. When I woke up for my shift on like at 3:30, I just
You were
got the
still playing.
yeah, I got the message of literally of you sending it into me personally and our group chat saying that you played for like 10 hours straight and barely getting through Act 1.
And we did it again the next day.
Yeah, which
Not
is yeah.
like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, from back to my ADHD thing. Like, for me to go from a game for like 30 minutes to an hour at a time to 10 fucking hours straight is blasphemy. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: we're 20, 30 hours in now. We've only explored half the map.
Half the map? God damn, that's a huge ass game.
Half the map. We're barely half the level because this one you can go up to level 100.
Oh my god.
We haven't even unlocked the next 2 difficulty tiers yet because we're only playing on Veteran and you can't unlock Nightmare and Torment until you beat the game.
Oh shit, okay.
So we're like still just like scratching the surface, and I'm so excited. And I saw Esteban picked it up, so I got super excited. I was like, yes, more sheep to the slaughter.
Because it can go up to like 4 people, right, in that game?
So actually, Draper and I found something that's really cool compared to Diablo 3, which was like 4-person local or online co-op.
Yeah.
This one, it is still 4-player parties, but you can still see other people playing in the actual world.
Oh.
So when when we walked into Kyovashad, which is like the main hub, I guess, of like it's very centralized in the map.
Yeah.
And it's like the first major starter town.
Yeah.
When we entered Kyovashad, we ran into like 20, 30 players just running around. We were like, what the fuck? This is cool. You'll be going out to like go do events and world bosses, and people will show up. They will pop up. They will help you. They'll do whatever, and it's all level scaled. So if you decide to go, you can either go like west or east for one of the first options you get.
Yeah.
You can be level 9 doing the same events as a level 50. You can, be level 50 helping out a level 9, and it's still balanced the same way for damage and for enemies. So
wow, that's actually pretty cool.
But the unfortunate part about that is that's a difference from Diablo 3 because Brooklyn, I love my girlfriend. She asked me when she gets back, she's like, "You're not going to want to play it." I'm like, "No, believe me, I'll still be fucking playing this." She's like, "Well, will you power level me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but because of the level cap difference and it's actually balanced, I cannot power level her. She will have to sink 40 hours to get her own shit just because I have no way of doing that."
Oh, damn, that's gonna be tough, if anything. Oh my god.
But see, that incentivizes me to like play a new class.
Yeah.
So realistically, I probably won't do Druid because even Draper didn't like Druid. But like Necromancer, Rogue looked really cool. None of us have tried Barbarian yet either, so like we still have so many options. But dude,
it
is so good.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a lot of fun and a lot of things to you just barely scratch the surface at this point.
All I wanted, like, I just eat, breathe, and shit Diablo, and that's I'm loving. Hail Mother Lilith, mommy, like. Oh my god, dude! And oh my god, the story's so good. Like, if you're a fan of like Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, the story and the references and like, there's been maybe 20 oh shit moments that Draper and I have both been like, wow.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember
you were in the party a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember that.
There were just times where we're like, oh, we're fucked. Oh, we're so fucked. X, Y, and Z is showing up. Insert spoiler here is here. Fuck.
Which is a funny thing too, because like you told me about like the one instance of where you guys encountered a boss that like was basically called the Butcher and everything.
Yes.
Like so very early on.
The Butcher was originally a boss in Diablo 3, and I played like a little bit of 2, and I don't recall the Butcher's presence. But in Diablo 3, he was like a major staple boss. Like he was in a lair. You had to go fight him. It was a pain in the ass. Now the Butcher shows up randomly in any dungeon or any like hidden location. And the reason I bring up hidden location is because Draper ran into him again today.
Are you serious?
Draper ran into him in a fucking cellar which is just
my
like a
God.
small room attached to a basement.
Yeah.
And the fucking butcher showed up, and Draper. I asked Draper, I'm like, so how did it go this time? He's like, I almost did it, but he still fucked me up. I'm like,
Oh my God.
ugh, God. But it's so good. So
Yeah.
good. I also found a treasure goblin finally, and I fucking
nice.
died because of everything around
Oh.
it. So I did not get that
Yeah.
treasure goblin. But
Damn.
oh God, it's so. I know it's not your cup of tea, Seph, but
No, you're
oof.
fine. Like I just love listening to your guys' story while playing and everything too. Like it's so funny, especially the fact like when you guys first encountered the butcher. But Draper's specific statement was made me laugh about it pretty good. Was the fact that you guys fought or kind of like encountered it for 25 for was it 25 30 seconds, and literally like about like was it 20 to like 25 seconds of it was just nothing but running away, and 5 seconds of you just fighting at that point.
So we actually experienced. Oh, I need to check the patch notes for this because we experienced something worse.
Oh, how'd you experience something worse than that?
There is, and or was again. I'll check the patch notes.
Yeah.
A bugged boss for one of the side quests.
Oh no.
So one of the side quests, you have to go up on a hill.
Yeah.
And acquire an item from this boss entity. Now, realistically, the boss itself isn't difficult.
Yeah.
It only gets difficult because it's broken, and it spawns 30 to 50 copies of him. Like, the spawn
what?
mechanic is broken, so he'll just keep spawning in one spot. So you'll have we call him Darcel, because that's his name. His name is Darcel.
Yeah.
You are swarmed by not one elite, not 3 elites. 5 elites is even hard, but it's manageable.
Yeah.
50 different Darcels.
50?
Chasing you. And I'm assuming it's 50. And the other part is, like, when other players are in the zone also having to do that quest,
Oh no.
they will also keep spawning.
Oh no. Oh my God, dude.
So we even attempted to kill the 50 because why the fuck not? It's Diablo. You might as fucking well.
Yeah, I might as
And
well.
we discovered that there is an artillery shrine. So a shrine, there's different shrines like hidden throughout the map and in dungeons
Yeah.
that give you passive bonuses. Whether it's like you're immune, you constantly explode every like 5x seconds or so.
Oh yeah, of course.
Or the fucking god tier one that Josh and I have found and love is the artillery shrine, where it essentially turns you and your character and your attacks into bullet hell.
Really? Like basically like just spreading out nothing but bullets or stuff, or
Yeah, it's like you're just full send with arrows that just rain from your body.
wow, okay, got it. Damn, that's a crazy one right there. That
I
must be
think we
useful.
took down maybe 5.
Oh my God.
Before we died again.
God damn, but that's ironically I like to think that the early access point is basically almost like a beta testing at this point, if anything.
That's what
before
everyone
release.
says. It's like beta 2.0.
Yeah, basically, just like it's the official beta before the official release at that point.
It is. Oh god, but it's so good. I don't even want to be here. I want to be playing it, but
Yeah,
I don't because I fucked up my abilities.
yeah, I'm sure.
What have you been up to, Steph?
Just basically just trying to find my motivation to edit. Basically, as well as like trying to see what the upcoming schedule is for the game conferences we have up and coming too as well. Because I'm looking at the Summer Game Fest, which actually happens this Thursday, so I need to like see like what time it starts.
Oh.
So I want to see if we can start recording for that one too as well, and I can get like highlights of that. And I'm trying to see if I can finagle my way to getting out before lunchtime on Sunday, because that's when the Xbox Fan Fest actually shows up too as well.
Dang, back to back.
Yeah,
Busy.
I was not expecting that to be like out there, but also then too. Oh shit! Hopefully Summer Game Fest won't be around that time too, because I just realized that I'm also gonna be watching the new Transformer movie on Thursday with my 2 other coworkers too.
I'm actually super excited for that movie. Like, this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but
Yeah.
when I saw Unicron in
my
universe,
God.
Jesus, that looks so good.
Right, the fact that you see the eyes open up from that, like, oh god, like
'Cause in the original Michael Bay movies, Unicron was claimed to be Earth, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
yeah, at the very end of like what the last night, I think was the
Uh-huh.
very last one. Yeah, basically it was tempted to be Earth and everything. But also then like we never have an actual live adaptation of Unicron. We only seen Unicron in like maybe like
Armada and
our,
like
the
other.
OG Transformer movie too as well.
I used to have the giant Unicron figure
Oh,
as
I'm
a
so
kid.
jealous
That
of
thing
that
was
one.
so sick. That thing goes for like $800 now. I wish I would have kept it, but
Right?
like,
I had an actual like my mom's friend like son actually had one too as well. So I seen what it looks like in person, and that thing is massive too as well.
but I'm super super excited for that movie.
Right?
Speaking of movies, I'm also excited for that new Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, that because that released just recently this week, didn't it?
Yes, and Brooklyn. I showed Brooklyn Into the Spider-Verse for the first
Oh,
time,
what she thought about it?
so she's gonna give me a little bit of shit for this as I'm discussing this on the podcast while she's on a plane.
Yeah.
But I know when Brooklyn's super invested into a movie
Okay.
because of one thing.
Which is
Normally, I mean, like this is like a if you and your partner do this thing, this is I'm sure this is normal.
yeah.
Normally, she'll come up to me and we'll be watching a movie and we'll be sitting in like the L shape, like the L corner of my couch of my sectional.
Yeah, your usual spot and everything.
And she'll like cuddle up on me and then she'll lay her head in a position where I don't even know if she's watching the movie anymore.
Yeah.
But there's been two instances, maybe three instances where I know she's been enthralled in a movie
Yeah.
where she won't even make physical contact with me.
Wow. Okay. That. Yeah. I can
Because
see that.
she's sitting at the edge of her fucking seat. 2 times it happened for Star Wars when the first time we watched them,
Yeah.
and for this one. And I knew she was into it just because like the reaction she was having to specific characters and what happens and character development and plot development. She was honed in from the beginning.
Yeah.
And which is good because that's like I'd classify that as an S tier Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, that's definitely like I still remember the first time you showed it to me too, back at your old place before you moved out and everything.
Oh, that's right. You were the first person I watched it with, yeah.
Yeah, because that was your first time too watching it as well, wasn't it?
With you, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that was such a good movie. Like I was actually astonished of how it was, especially like connecting like just randomly different verses too as well, or just like multiverses and everything too.
And that's also one of the few like Spider-Man movies where I'd actually go back and re-watch it.
Yeah.
Like the Marvel ones are good.
Yeah.
But this I would like just throw on and just be like, fuck it, it's off. I would absolutely watch this. I would actually like if it was on TV, I'd sit down and like take the time to watch it again.
Yeah, because with the Spider-Verse, like there's a lot of like end game or like stuff that you see in there that's kind of like catch it and you miss it kind of thing too as well. Like they have a lot of like little tidbits, but I'm sure that with the newest one, it's probably gonna have so much more like little stuff in there that it's gonna just hey look at that, oh hey look at that and everything like that too as well.
Especially from growing up as a kid, I wasn't really into like Batman or DC or like even Marvel for that matter, but I was into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And seeing all of the like different variants from the trailer sent me into like a trance of childhood nostalgia, just from like, oh, you got like Spider-Man 2099, oh, you got Punk Spider-Man, oh, you got like all kinds of cool other Spider-Mans that they even reference in the trailer, the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Mans.
Yeah, which is the funnier part too, because in the Into the Spider-Verse one, the first movie, the one thing I still laugh about, which I kind of like just remember too, was the like, because there's the spoiler if you haven't seen it, which I don't know why you haven't seen it yet. Because in the first part there is like Miles Morales and his Peter Parker, but he gets killed in it, and the fact that they brought in another like Spider-Man from Peter Parker from another universe, but that Spider-Man was basically specifically like mirroring or like kind of taking the events from the OG Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, which made me laugh too because he literally does the exact same dance of like freaking Dark Spidey too in Spider-Man 3, which is the funniest part.
I actually wonder if that's actually the same Tobey Spider-Man verse, just because he announces himself as Peter B. Parker.
Yeah.
And he gets divorced from Mary Jane because she wants kids and he has commitment issues, and he gets a little chubby. But I guess theoretically it lines up.
I mean, it kind of does, and I don't know why I keep thinking about like that little reaction that everybody made fun of was him like just eating the freaking burger slowly and everything too, as well as the fries. Like just how so low he's gone at that point. Just like,
I also just liked how like they weren't afraid to take risks
oh yeah,
during that movie. The part that made me chuckle the most, not the most, but like heavily,
yeah,
was their Spider Pig, which is the cartoon animated version of it. Essentially looks like Porky Pig, and he has like a wooden mallet and very very Acme, very Looney Tunes. At the end of when he's going back to his dimension, he's just like, "That's all, folks."
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Spider Noir, who's also played by Nicolas Cage, is just like, is he even legally allowed to say that? Fantastic.
Oh my god, right? Like it's like, oh, are we gonna get copyright strike at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, because aren't they made by Universal, right? Universal Pictures.
Sony.
Sony. Oh yeah, that's right, because Sony owns the rights to it.
Correct.
I wonder if they actually had to pay like freaking Warner Bros. Just to get that one specific line at that point.
I'm sure that line is trademarked.
Yeah, because it is a pretty much like a trademark quote from Porky Pig himself and everything too.
I think in one of the more recent Spider-Man movies, I also found out that the Empire State Building itself is trademarked, and you need to license the uses to use it in film and like everything else.
Yeah, because that is a prominent feature of New York, so I wouldn't doubt that they would have trademark it because it is a landmark of the city and everything too that everybody knows about. But also then like other than like movies that we've been kind of like interested in, or at least I've been interested in. 2 weeks ago, before our last podcast and everything, I didn't expect the Five Nights at Freddy's
movies.
Yeah, Five Nights at Movies. But the Five Nights at Freddy's movies to actually release a trailer, and that actually looks really, really good and scary. Like I'm not the type of person to watch like horrors or like to really like dip myself into it because I mostly watch like Dead Meat and stuff, like kind of like the recaps and everything. But that movie specifically because I know you and me been watching like at least Five Nights at Freddy's since Markiplier and everything back when it first started out and everything too. So I've been so much into the lore and everything into it. That this movie, because I remember they announced the movies back in what, like 2018, 2017 at least?
Yeah, like peak time frame for Five Nights.
Yeah, it was at least like, was it Five Nights at Freddy's 3 at least, if anything. But yeah, I remember when the movie was talking about it and how long it's been in like hell and everything too. And when they finally start recording and all the stuff that they actually like, who picked it up as well as the who's actually doing the animatronics, like, and my god, the animatronics look so good in that trailer too, because it is made by the Jim Henson Creature Shop, which I'm actually surprised about too, that they actually have those people to do it. It looks
phenomenal, and like I think we discussed it a little bit in like episode 1 or something, but I am also a giant chicken shit.
Yeah, I think
so. I don't go out of my way to like watch horror movies. In fact, there's a reason why. Every couple weeks or so, I'm supposed to have movie night with my friends because I'm an uncultured swine.
Yeah, we got a list.
Because the list is long.
It's there's too.
A myriad list of like anything from 60s to 90s movies that I never watched, and they always give me shit because it's like, why didn't you watch them? Like, it wasn't really a me thing. Ironically, my mom worked at Blockbuster, but she is so afraid of horror movies.
Yeah.
That we never went to the theaters to go watch them, or we never did because she was too afraid. Like for context, my mom won't watch Harry Potter because the Dementors are too scary.
Are you serious?
Well, that's exactly her reasoning for it. And when we went on the Harry Potter ride and she saw them, she freaked the fuck out, dude.
Which I'm actually surprised too, because because literally from our last trip in like in October and everything. Basically, we went on that ride. Like, it was basically like me, her, and freaking Demetrius, because we went and took the back way. And like, it's funny thing too, because at that point there was like different sections that I didn't really think that she was actually scared of Dementors until you actually pulled that up. So, because I don't remember much of her reaction, but I still remember.
I think it's because that was her second time around on that ride that she like had the anticipation. So, and that's another funny part about my mother versus me.
Yeah,
I have an extreme fear of heights. I fucking hate roller coasters, you will catch me crying on in the wait line of Tower of Terror / Guardians of the Galaxy because I won't fucking do it.
Yeah.
You will have to drag my dead fucking corpse onto that fucking ride before I willingly, as a living being, jump on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But she has a fear of like terrifying things. So when originally when we went to Disneyland a couple years ago, just me and my mom, we went during her birthday, which is in October.
Oh yeah.
And we went on Space Mountain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But during October, Space Mountain's changed a little bit. It is not the normal Space Mountain, which, by the way, fun fact, I've never experienced normal Space Mountain.
Really?
I've only experienced the scary version because, again, we always go to Disneyland in October for my mom's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So when we went on that one, and I have a wonderful picture of me and my mother on this ride.
Yeah.
I'm having the fucking time of my life. Because it's dark, I can't see shit. It's just like, it's not like big drops, which are like, is the thing that gets me the most.
Yeah.
Like even like the Pirates drop every once in a while will get me, or don't even get me started on Splash Mountain. Thank fuck that they've taken that godforsaken like critter hell that they sing to you as they're about to kill you because they're demonic and fuck that ride.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm having the time of my life on this ride, and my mom can't see shit. And where it takes the photo, there's like a giant spectral like skull that screams at you, and my mom is screaming in terror, and I'm like,
yeah. Oh my god, that's actually pretty good.
I'll deal with the horror. I won't deal with the heights.
Yeah, which is funny thing too, because like I'm the same thing with you and everything too. Like I'm scared of everything. Or like scared of the heights and stuff and everything too. But like because of like I was with the group of Esteban, Kelsey, and Demetrius and Michaela and those guys, because we were all like basically split up in two groups at that point. And then like we had a little bit of time at like Disneyland where we all like managed to like get to rides together and everything too. But like I finally found out that like because like as a kid I never went on like big rides and everything because of my fear and everything too. But now because I'm a little bit I want to say a little bit more braver. Like at least I'm kind of more curious about stuff. I kind of finally noticed that like after I get off the initial stuff, I'm a little bit of apparently. I feel like I'm more of an adrenaline junkie just from going on those like rides and everything too because it's so much fun. Because as I said, I wasn't expecting to enjoy like the Incredicoaster as much as I did. I wasn't expecting to enjoy the Tower of Terror as much as I did. Although I was also laughing at Kelsey, which sorry Kelsey for that for like because we actually brought her along and you should have heard her like screaming and everything too.
Oh, just me and Willie were chilling at Web Slingers while you guys went on.
I know, freaking Willie, you damn betrayer, goddamn it. But yeah, freaking like it's such a fun time. Like I actually really do want to go back with everybody again.
It's funny that you mention that specifically because while I am a giant chicken shit, and if you magically do convince my stupid ass to get on one of those rides, the initial build-up to me is terrifying.
Oh yeah, definitely
being
terrifying.
On the ride is terrifying. But once I've completed it one time, I'll be like, let's fucking do that again,
I know,
dude. I'm fucking ready.
Like, I'm down for this. Oh, I want to go again.
I know. Why was I such a fucking giant baby? And then I'll do it like 10, 20, 30 times.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah, it's like, it's the initial, like, build up to it that, like, it really gets you going. Like you're like, why did I do this and everything too? And it wasn't until like after you finally like go on it that it's like, oh my god, the blood is pumping and everything too. Well, which because often in like you and a couple other people finally saw our like faces too as well for the newest Star Wars ride that was there too that was released during the pandemic time, which was the Rise of the Resistance, right?
I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually gonna talk about that. While that's one of the few rides where I've ridden almost every ride at Disneyland except for I think Big Thunder Railroad, which I don't know why because it's like a baby coaster.
Yeah, which is ironically thing that every time we always like it feels like it's always shut down if anything at that point.
That's very true. But like even like every time I go back to Disneyland, I still have that initial fear of drops.
Yeah.
The only time that doesn't apply is Rise of the Resistance, which, if you haven't ridden that ride, there is secretly, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, like, and you're about to go to Disneyland, like don't listen to this.
But probably skip it a little bit.
If you you're in this like vehicle being transported through a first order base,
because you're like a
and
prisoner in there, basically.
you essentially get shot and you drop, and they use the same dropping mechanism that they do in Guardians of the Galaxy and Tower of Terror
Yeah.
to drop you a story, which normally I'd freak the fuck out at that, but that ride is so much fun, and that's one of the few I'm like looking forward to that drop. I'm like, oh my god, fuck you, it's about to happen.
Right? Because it's like basically it's like because the way you go through it, like just because literally initially we kind of all thought like, oh, that's a little disappointing and everything too. But once you really get like immersed into it and everything, it really gets good. Like just from the storytelling, just from like when you first like arrive at a certain point and going through it until you get into the ride vehicle itself, it's so good and everything too as well. Like it's like I was astonished on like how good it is.
That's definitely like S tier immersion for that
Yeah.
ride too, because I'm glad we finally took the trip to go with all of my friends
yeah,
to
definitely.
experience the things that I've been doing for years.
Yeah.
And seeing all of your reactions from essentially the loading ship where you're in I think what's the area called, Batu?
Yeah.
Right? You're in Batu and you're loaded up onto a resistance transport ship, and the same door opens that you enter from, and it switches from the planet that you're on to the fucking first order base, and you're just like, how the fuck did that happen? That is so cool.
Which is funny thing too, because when you're on that transport and once it ends, we're all like, this is a little disappointing, like ride and everything too. All of a sudden, next to when that opened up, like, because all of a sudden, like I will have like at least on my personal channel, I will have the vlog up because I'm finally putting effort into it right now. So I'll like if you ever want to, I'll put the link later on once it's finally finished and everything. But like you can see all of our reactions to it and everything too. Like everybody sharing like, oh my god, what is that? Because we all did not expect that same door to actually open up to a whole different area at that point too as well. But
I've been talking to my mom, and I
Yeah.
want to go back to Disneyland, obviously, because if I could, I would buy an annual pass to go multiple times a year, just because it'd be so fucking cool.
Right.
But I want to do a Disneyland trip where I ride all of the shit rides. So I would
like,
willingly sit through like It's a Small World.
Oh,
I say
see,
shit
like-
rides, but like they're
like the
those
rides,
are the rides you go through while you're waiting for your queues on your fast pass,
Yeah.
your lightning lanes.
or like
so,
the stuff
like-
that you kind of wait for with the kids and everything too, basically.
Right. So like Winnie the Pooh, which by the way, I was on TikTok. Shocker,
Yeah.
because I'm always on TikTok.
Yeah,
'Cause,
of course.
that's my main media consumption is unfortunately YouTube and TikTok. Tokyo Disney
Oh, I heard about that one. The ride.
has a fucking phenomenal Winnie the Pooh ride. It looks so good. It looks like they took the characters out of like the Book of Pooh, which is the like Jim Henson-esque puppet ones.
Yeah.
And it looks so good compared to the honey pots at Disneyland. It is like I'm flabbergasted. They also have a Beauty and the Beast experience that is super
really?
cool. They sing in Japanese, obviously, because it's
Yeah,
Tokyo
of course.
Disney.
Yeah.
But it takes you through the story of Beauty and the Beast and like the dancing scenes and the ballroom. It looks so
Oh.
cool. I would totally go to see that.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, I would definitely take a look. But I definitely
Yeah.
want to do a Disney trip where I do all the shit rides. I want to do like Ariel's like weird thing at California Adventure.
The
It's
Peter
a
Pan
small
one.
world. Peter, oh, is there? I don't even know. There's a Peter Pan ride. Is there a Peter Pan ride?
Yeah, there is a Peter Pan ride that because we actually like went through it through like it's going from like the main castle through Fantasyland and everything too. There is a Peter Pan ride that's like a glider type and everything too that you're flying over the London and then going through Neverland and stuff too as well. But
That's
there is
cool. See, I didn't even know that.
yeah, like because I know certain stuff because even then like as I said like I like whenever I do like go around like specific area I am like a little bit more like aware because I'm actually really like curious like of course I'm like a kid and everything too back again so I'm always like looking at every single one and I remember like seeing it too as well like as watching some videos and stuff too. But yeah, I'd be kind of down to join that ride too as well. Like,
Well, I also still haven't done like Autopia. I haven't done
Yeah.
the submarine like Finding Nemo ride before,
oh
and I just want to experience like all of those other experiences that I just never have taken the time for.
yeah, which is funny thing too because I do have a trip coming up in November too as well for like me and my dad are gonna be like watching a concert and everything, and the concert's gonna be in the Hollywood Bowl. So I kind of like went and nudged him like, hey, do you want to go to City Walk or check out like Universal or something like that since we're gonna be in the general area and everything too as well. So
So you
who
could do it,
knows?
and then Nintendo Land's open. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Sorry,
right.
I'm
No, yeah,
influencing bad decisions.
yeah, I know, yeah. But I mean, even then, like as I said, like because also then during that trip, it was my very first time going to Universal, too, as well. Like it is a little bit underwhelming, at least especially with the rides and stuff. But also then, like I think, at least for me, especially being a movie buff and everything, going on that tour tram ride was actually pretty fun. Too, as well,
I
seeing all the
love
stuff.
the backlot tour. It is
Yeah.
so cool, and I went on that with Michaela and
Oh
Demetrius, and
yeah.
okay. So I'm actually super disappointed. I don't know if I've told you this story, but I'm super disappointed
What about what?
because when we went, it was under construction.
Yeah.
But the main reason my mom and I wanted to take everyone on the backlot tour is because of there's like a little lake where
I
they
remember
filmed
exactly. Yeah, I know
like the
exactly what
Jaws
you're talking about.
stuff.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn was sitting at the perfect spot where the
Oh.
fucking shark is supposed to jump out and scare the shit out of you. Because it did my
Yeah.
mom. My mom is like traumatized by this. But when we went, it was under fucking construction. So
Yeah.
Demetrius, Michaela, and Brooklyn didn't experience the fucking jump scare. And
Ah.
I realized Brooklyn's going to listen to this and I spoiled this. But
Yeah,
like,
you kind of did.
my mom and I were so looking forward to seeing them get the shit scared out of them by this
Yeah.
giant shark that pops up out of the lake because you don't expect it.
Oh yeah, for you definitely. Because the way how the tour tram ride is, like, there's certain areas where like it just stops all of a sudden, or like kind of give you like a movie moment kind of thing too as well. And as he said, there's a specific spot where like you are just sitting there and there's water filled up on both sides and everything too, and you start rocking. And I only seen this. I haven't been on it personally since, of course, I went on after you guys and everything too. But there is a specific point where they do have a robotic shark actually come up to you and actually hit the tram ride and actually almost like as actual jaws and everything too. Which also I heard that one kind of does break down a little bit too, more often than anything.
I will say, I feel like Universal doesn't have the same experiences that Disneyland offers.
Yeah, it's a different experiences, if anything.
And I will say that Disneyland is very how do I word this?
Magical.
Fat person friendly.
Oh yeah, huh? That's right. That's what we.
Because like there's a lot of times where like Michaela or like other people like myself couldn't
Yeah.
experience rides just because
We're too big.
it wasn't made for larger individuals.
Yeah, that's.
But
one thing we
Disneyland,
kinda
you can
missed.
fucking get on anything and everything.
Yeah, like which also was a funny thing too, because like at Disneyland we kind of found out the perfect like ratio of people, which was like between like 4 to 6 people basically at that point. Like we kind of and then like Universal was of course a little bit more compact and everything, so it was kind of like maybe like down to like between like 2 to 4 people at that point and everything.
I was actually like, I'm glad that we went with like a large group of
Yeah.
geez, what 10, 12 people,
At least.
and I'm glad that we had essentially I would say a seamless experience for large groups that
Oh,
we
yeah.
were all able to share these experiences together and go on with all of our friends. Because even with like Rise of the Resistance, we queued up with everybody at the same time, and we were all able to go at once in
Yeah.
the same cars next to each other. And like seeing Demetrius and everyone's faces from the other side,
Yeah.
or like Kelsey and Esteval, like it was just so much fun to be able to share those larger group experiences with my friends.
Yeah, like it was so much fun and everything too, just being there. Like it's like, oh my god, I really would love to do that again and everything too as well.
I
Like,
definitely want to go back, but Disney World is next because I have to
yes.
ride the Tron ride.
Yeah,
God, I
we
want
need
it.
to go like try to plan out for Disney World at this point, if anything. There's also another experience I've been wanting to do it, but like last year I'm kind of a little pissed because I didn't get the tickets in time, which is the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal and everything too. Because we
Oh,
went,
that's right.
yeah, because we went during the Halloween time, so we managed to actually see the Halloween stuff rides that were converted. So like the Haunted Mansion, the Space Mountain. What was another Halloween? Oh, freaking we saw Oogie Boogie like take over kind of like the front entrance of California Adventures too as well.
Mm.
But what was cool too about Universal Studios, because it takes so much time and effort to like put them down and put them up. They always set their Halloween stuff up early, so you actually go through Halloween Horror Nights, like you see all the facade and everything before they start up and everything too, because it's also another ticketed event too as well, separate from the park and everything too. But last year I really wanted to go specifically because there's a specific like cult horror movie I really love. Like I hated it as a kid, like scared of it, but now I kind of grown to love it, which is a B movie horror called The Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, I've
And
heard of this.
yeah, so I've been like because they had a house before already. I think like I want to say during pandemic time, or if not the year beforehand. That because ironically, it actually started off from a scare zone beforehand, which then got upgraded to a haunted house and everything too. And then last year they announced it as a coming back haunted house and everything too as well. So I wanted to go through that, but because of like money issues and everything too, and the fact that it actually already sold out by the time I wanted to check it out and everything, I still wanted to check it out and everything too. Because even then, what's cool too that from what Willie and Esteban been telling me, and that uh, Harry Potter world actually turns into like a dementor like taking over
Yes,
and
there's
everything.
like Death Eaters and everything
Yeah.
there. Like that would be such a cool experience to see those.
Right? Like, so I've been wanting to go at least to one Horror Nights, which I'm at least glad that I got a poster of the Killer Clowns at the time and everything too, which I so love. I need to buy a poster frame for it, but also then a plaque that has all the Halloween Horror Nights and everything too, because there's also a tram ride too as well, but it's more of the scarier one because they have two versions of it. One that actually just goes straight through it, I think, and I think
Hmm.
there's one that will drop you off at the one point where like you remember the that one section before the Jimmy Fallon part where or not the Jimmy Fallon, the Fast and Furious part where like there's in that desolate town and everything from that new
Yeah.
movie Nope and everything too. You
Hmm.
actually do get off at that point because like they actually do open up the tramway over in that area because those are all different separate houses area too as well. They have to go
Yeah.
through first.
When we went, I saw like they were setting up the gates and stuff for guests to be able to walk through that
Yeah.
section.
Yeah, because also then what's cool too that they actually because if you're not like if you really don't want to go at night and everything too, there is another ticketed event too that you can actually check it out before like in the daylight and everything too, without any of the scares and everything too. So like if you're like scared like us and everything, or if you're like me, be brave, but like still kind of want some like curiosity, there is a daylight time of it. So if you ever want to check that out, we can probably check that out too at one point.
Yeah, I would definitely be down to go. I probably won't go anytime this year.
Yeah.
Just because most of my time is going to be spent either going, well, not either. I'm going to watch Avenge Sevenfold
Oh yeah.
and their Life Is But a Dream tour
Oh,
twice. The
oh,
first one in Phoenix, and then the second one when they come to Albuquerque.
yeah. I'm gonna be joining you on that
Um,
one and the second one at
I'm
least.
so I think Erica's going to go too, which I'm super excited for because
Nice.
like having a group of people to also go see my favorite fucking band,
Of course, yeah.
which will be awesome. And that album is so good.
It's
Oh my
really
god.
good. Like I was not expecting to be that good, especially experimental too.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a work of art. Like that's there's several albums in my lifetime where I mean, I'm biased because I'm a huge fucking Avenged Sevenfold fan, but like
Yeah.
you have to listen to the album front to back to get the full experience.
Yeah.
One of those being like Green Day's American Idiot because it tells the story of three separate characters.
Oh,
It
that's
tells
actually
the
pretty cool.
story of Saint Jimmy, the Jesus of Suburbia, and what's her name? Which it's the same. If you watch the musical, because the musical is based off of the album, so they just play the songs in order, but it still tells
Oh.
those stories.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
And then like Life Is But a Dream, you have to listen to that front to back because it starts off heavy and it slowly starts getting lighter, and then you get these weird like everyone's calling him like Matt Sinatra and Matt Punk because just like there's Daft Punk references and
yeah.
there's like all of the inspirations from their stuff. You can hear like Boston, you can hear like Epic,
Yeah.
you can hear Alice in Chains, Daft Punk. It's just this beautiful.
Yeah, you could just hear the references throughout the whole like listening experience.
So good.
Yeah, it's funny too because it's like a slow transition. Like you don't really realize that it's the way it goes because the transition kind of like smoothly between each songs and everything too as well. Because you gave me the link to actually listen to it fully and everything too, so I didn't realize like when the next song was gonna start and everything too. So I was like, oh my god, that's actually really good. And there were certain
Yeah.
ones that I just like, wow, especially that last the last specific part. I literally like if you actually watch Spy X Family, there's a specific character that like really loves elegantly. So if you actually hear him just say like elegance and everything too, I literally heard like just like thought about that because like that specific part was just I thought it was
You're
like
referring to
elegant.
the final track, right?
Yes, the piano part.
So the final track is called "Life Is But a Dream," and fun fact about that track specifically
Yeah.
is Sinister Gates, who is the lead guitarist for Avenge Sevenfold, wrote that piano song for Matt's firstborn child, who's the lead singer. So the fact that they actually took the time and put it on the album was like just this extra little nod, and it was so beautifully crafted and done. And even like listening to Cosmic, which is it's right after We Love You, which is the most recent single that came out prior to the album's release.
Yeah.
When I listened to Cosmic, dude, I fucking cried, man.
Yeah.
I wept big old baby tears because that's like top 3 Avenged Sevenfold songs for me of all time. Like that album is, I think, number 1 for me right now, which is saying something because I've had it on repeat for the past, the week that I've had it.
Yeah.
Not even that. It's only been out since Thursday.
Yeah, it's been out just recently, like since the album came out, basically.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So like, yeah, I've been needing to like, I need to like sit down and just listen to it in my headphones too as well, because I only been playing. I played it first time only on the speaker, but if I listen to it in headphones, I'll probably have a different experience as well too.
Oh, dude, my God.
Yeah, so I definitely need to listen to that and everything too.
I'm actually excited too because all of my merch came in recently, which
nice.
I ordered. There's a Deathbat Club exclusive, which if you don't know what that is, they have like they're very big on Web3 and crypto and NFTs. Which I'm like, oh, hold on, NFTs, I know, but they actually do it smart because they give you immersive artist experiences. Like they dropped the album like 2 days early for us, so we could all listen to it together.
And plus, you also got tickets early too, as well, or pre-sale tickets too.
Early ticket access. They have the Ticket Pass thing. Which, speaking of these items that I purchased, they come with these little NFC tags. Yeah. And you scan them on your phone, and it gets put into your cryptocurrency wallet, like your MetaMask.
Oh, nice.
And that way it shows that you actually like are a fan and you purchase items from the band.
Yeah.
So whenever the next ticket purchases come up, they'll give you priority access.
Nice.
Which is smart for like the Taylor Swifts and the Beyoncés of the cataclysmic events that happen trying to purchase through Ticketmaster. This is a nice way of, which is what they're doing. And the Ticketmaster, Ticket Pass is actually run by Ticketmaster. So this was their way of testing this to see if it would work.
Yeah.
To see. But I ordered so much cool shit. I got the Deathbat exclusive Life Is But a Dream vinyl, which is ultra clear. You can actually see through it. It's fucking cool.
That is crazy.
I ordered a hoodie. I ordered a shirt. And the cool thing I ordered is this. It's called a Mattel in Hell box, which Mattel is track 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it looks like a toy box.
Yeah.
So it comes with a little toy like skeleton from the Nobody music video.
Yeah.
It comes with like a bag to hold your soul.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
But the coolest thing, and I thought that because the item description itself was kind of off.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Seph. It comes with a Life Is But a Dream cassette tape.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
So I'm getting a cassette tape of Life Is But a Dream, and I'm so excited.
Cool. I bet that's actually really cool. Like, I know because ironically I've been wanting to get a cassette tape for my mom too. Because she told me that she has the Black Album on like different versions, but she always loses it. But they had a cassette tape of the Black Album when I think it was the anniversary one, but they sold out already by the time, and it was like pretty cheap too as well. So I wanted to get it, but I couldn't get it at that point. Which is ironically speaking of Metallica too, because like they're on tour right now, I want to say, but their tour is actually what's cool this year because they're actually having a 2 nights like together and everything in the city. But what's cool too that the nights are basically each night has different sets, so you're not gonna get a repeat of each night at all of songs. But what's cool too that for their August and Texas event, they're actually gonna be live streaming it to to everybody. So they're gonna be. So I checked our listings for our town. They're gonna have it at Regal, Century Rio, and one I didn't think that they're actually gonna have it was at Flick's Brewhouse too as well.
Interesting. That'd be cool. I'd be down to drink. It's actually funny that you bring up the Metallica thing because I found out that Avenge Sevenfold actually got invited to tour with them on this tour.
Oh shit, really? Actually,
And
I think I might have seen that.
they only declined it because they were gonna release Life Is But a Dream.
I see. Oh, that would have been a good concert to go to at that
Oh,
point.
dude, Metallica and Avenged. Actually, I don't know how this turned into a very Avenged Sevenfold thing, but I'm not complaining because that's my favorite thing.
Of course, yeah.
Did you know Metallica and Avenged have actually toured before?
Really? Did they?
They had toured sometime in like the 2010s, I believe.
Oh.
And they were touring with them, I believe it was in Mexico.
Oh.
And it was the first time they like had joined Metallica on tour, and Avenged like was still in this very weird state of like not like heavy metal, but not like metalcore, but not like hardcore.
Yeah, they're still trying to find their way, basically.
Yeah, it was either like City of Evil had just come out or like self-titled, and they were touring with Metallica, and they got like rocks and stones and all kinds of other shit thrown at them on stage.
Wow. Okay.
Because the fan base hated Avenged Sevenfold, but was just there for Metallica.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. And look at them now at this point, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because they did a recent like live event at Area 15, which is in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And Lars showed up just to like watch their set. And
yeah.
It was just this magical experience, and I'm actually surprised because like I like reading the reviews of the music I enjoy.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, like, I haven't seen a lot of shit on this album. I was expecting a lot of shit because it's very experimental.
Yeah, like it's like something not like their usual stuff.
It's weird. It's fucking weird. Like I get like one or two comments that are like, you know, I really miss their like Waking the Fallen, City of Evil, Avenged Sevenfold days. And I'm like, if you haven't liked the last 4 fucking albums, it's not gonna fucking change now.
Yeah, of course.
But I've seen a lot of positive feedback to this album, just because it takes different elements of different music, and it's just well constructed, and I am just very happy that they are having a good experience with this, and I cannot wait to see them live in October.
I know, I can't wait to actually see them live too as well, because this actually be my first Avenged like concert and everything too as well.
Oh, this is your first metal concert? Like I say, like metal, but like you've seen like other. You've seen like hair bands.
Yeah, like I seen like Kiss. Like literally, my first concert was like literally Kiss and Motley Crue. Basically, when they had that tour back in 2012 and everything too. And my dad took me, and now we had some good seats there too. But like,
and I've taken you to like Res shows and like some other stuff. But this is gonna be something you've never experienced because it's fucking. It is just high octane energy all the time. It's so good.
I know. I can't wait for that and everything too. But I want to like add at least one more thing before we end for today. There is another album that came out recently too, which I actually like. There's been one song on there that I didn't think I actually would have liked a lot, but I actually do like it repeating, which was from the new Daft Punk, like 10th anniversary for the Random Access Memory album, which was the Infinity Repeating 2013 demo.
You know what's funny? And I absolutely loved Random Access Memories. I still haven't listened to the 10th anniversary album. I haven't taken the time. I need to.
Yeah, there's some that are like really interesting. Like there's one that they actually like Lose Yourself to Dance and everything.
Yes. They
actually do have a what's interesting too, because on the album they actually have a vocoder test and everything. So I think it's the vocoder test. Like it is a vocoder test. So like the robots talk and everything too. Like always like what's it like in that song? I think it's like Lose Yourself to Dance that they keep talking or something. It's one of
they always say come on. It's like come on.
Yeah,
it's when they
it's something like that and everything too. But they have a vocoder test where they just kind of like just say that one specific line, and it sounds like they're testing see okay, how does the flow and everything sounds like it. It's actually really interesting listening to it from that and everything too. But
the one track I did hear was Give Life Back to Music studio outtakes.
Oh yeah, that was an interesting
one. Which
fucking
blew my mind just because of the orchestra that plays during that, and it gives it such a different vibe, but it's so beautiful and it's just so good.
Yeah, it's such a good one. But yeah, the one album, that's what I'm saying. Like the one specific song I didn't think I actually would have enjoyed so much, especially because it was technically now their last release song that's from them ever since they got disbanded and everything too, was that Infinity Repeating 2013 demo, which was it's if you listen to it, it's kind of like it's really like Daft Punky, like almost like the core basically of it, because it's like a soft like start and everything to it and everything for it, and especially if you watch the music video, it goes from like just a circle, and it goes through the different like animations throughout the years and everything too. At one point, when it gets really to like the crescendo, when it really starts kind of picking up and everything too, they do switch over to like a almost like a modified version of both of their helmets combined together, spinning in circle. And what's like cool about it too, that actually goes throughout the years of when they actually like specific years and everything too. Like so, like from the Discovery album to
I did watch this one because Brooklyn showed me this because it
Yeah.
shows the different eras of Daft Punk in the music video.
yeah, like it's almost like a little bit like heart tugging right there too, because of like how much they've gone through from like when they started to the current one and everything too, or like to the last one, which is their current album at or the very last album at the moment.
Yeah, definitely need to go back and check out the 10th anniversary of Random Access Memories.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's such a solid one. Like I need to actually listen to the whole album again too.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 3 of the Skillless podcast. Be sure to check out our socials on Instagram and Twitter @_Team No Skill. And don't forget to check out our YouTube as well. And we will catch you in the next episode. See ya.
See it.
I'm not into it. I'm not. You're not into it. I'm not.